Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to talk about something that many people are interested in but don't know much about it, and that is the subject of ghosts and the paranormal. Now, the thing about this topic is that there are some people who think that it's all fake and made up, while others believe that it's very real and can be experienced firsthand. Well, I am not here to convince anyone one way or the other. Instead, I want to tell you about an interesting experience that I had myself and let you be the judge. You see, growing up, I was not really into ghost stories or horror movies. I didn't like to be scared. However, after I started traveling around the world, I came across many places that were said to be haunted or had a lot of paranormal activity. And since I love exploring new things, I decided to check them out for myself. One of these places was an old house in New Orleans. I heard that it was one of the most haunted houses in America and that many people had seen ghosts there, heard strange noises and felt cold spots. I thought it would be a fun adventure to go there at night when everything was closed and see what happened. Well, as soon as I arrived, I felt a chill down my spine. The air was still and heavy, and I could feel the humidity of the night closing in on me. I walked around the house, looking at the windows and doors, trying to imagine what it must have been like when people lived there. I also noticed some strange details, such as a rocking chair on the porch that was not there before. I took some pictures and videos and recorded some audio clips of the surroundings. Then I went inside. I wandered through the rooms, touching the walls and furniture, listening for any sounds or voices. I even used a ghost hunting app that was supposed to detect any spirits near me, but nothing happened. I was kind of disappointed because I was expecting to feel some kind of presence or energy, but it was just silent and empty. So I was about to leave when I heard a loud bang on the floor above me. I froze and listened intently. There was another bang, followed by some footsteps. I thought maybe it was some animals or some teenagers playing a trick. But then I heard a voice. It was a woman's voice singing. I couldn't make out the words, but it was clear and sweet, like an old vinyl record. I don't know how long I stood there listening to her, but eventually the music stopped and I left the house. Now I could have sworn that I heard the voice coming from the room above me. Maybe it was the wind or some pipes making noise. Maybe someone else was in the house and I didn't know it. Or maybe there was a ghost singing in the attic. Well, I never went back to that house again, so I never found out. But I still remember the feeling of hearing that voice and wondering where it came from. It made me think about the history of that house and the people who had lived there before. I imagined their joys and sorrows, their laughter and tears, their hopes and dreams. I realized that every house has a story to tell if you know how to listen. Houses are not just buildings made of wood and brick. They are containers of memories, experiences, and emotions. They are witnesses of our lives and legacies that we leave behind. Houses are full of nooks and crannies that invite us to explore and discover. They have secrets that hide in plain sight, waiting for us to find them. Houses are more than just walls and roofs. They are shelters that protect us from the elements and the world. They are sanctuaries that harbor our most intimate moments and deepest feelings. Houses are mirrors that reflect our personalities and styles. They are canvases that display our creativity and taste. Houses are more than just bricks and mortar. They are homes that welcome us with warmth and comfort. They are havens that offer us rest and relaxation. Houses are more than just structures that stand tall and proud. They are symbols that represent our success and achievement. They are landmarks that mark our presence and identity. I know that many of you have your own experiences with houses. Some of you may have grown up in a house that was passed down from your grandparents or parents. Some of you may have bought your first house and made it your own. Some of you may have rented a house and had a great time there. Some of you may have lived in a house that was haunted or had a secret. Some of you may have loved your house or hated your house. Whatever your experience may be, I encourage you to share it with us in the comments below. We would love to hear your stories and learn from them. Now, I also know that some of you may be skeptical about the paranormal and may think that there is a rational explanation for everything. And that's fine. I'm not trying to convince anyone to believe in ghosts or the supernatural. I'm only sharing my own experience and letting you draw your own conclusions. I'm not an expert on ghosts or the paranormal. I'm just a curious person who likes to explore new things, and I have come across some interesting things while doing so. I am not saying that ghosts are real or that they can be proven scientifically. I'm only saying that there are some things that we cannot explain or understand with our current knowledge, and that we should keep an open mind about the possibilities. For example, there are some places like hospitals, prisons, and battlefields that have a lot of human suffering and death, and that may attract or retain some kind of energy or consciousness. There are also some objects like photographs, jewelry, and letters that hold memories, emotions, and connections that may have some kind of sentimental or spiritual value. And there are also some people like psychics, mediums, and shamans who claim to have special abilities to communicate with spirits or access other dimensions, and who may have some kind of insight or guidance for us. Of course, we should be careful and discerning when dealing with any kind of paranormal claims or practices, because there are also some people who may try to exploit or abuse our fears, beliefs, and desires. We should always use our common sense and critical thinking and not believe everything we see or hear, but we should also be respectful and tolerant of other people's beliefs and experiences and not judge them as wrong or foolish, because in the end, we don't know what lies beyond our senses or our understanding, and we should not limit ourselves to what we know or think we know. Who knows, maybe we may learn something new or even discover something amazing if we dare to explore the unknown and embrace the mystery. Well, thank you for listening to my story and for being part of this community. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. We would love to have you join us and share this experience with your friends. You never know who you might reach. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring. Bye-bye.